Ukraine received the first batch of M1A1 Abrams tanks provided by the USA. Despite being an older model, Abrams has a proven ability to smash Soviet-made tanks. Two former U.S. Army officers told Insider that the tank had strong protection and weapons. But there were difficulties. Thank you for being a member. You can give up at any time. The American-made M1 Abrams tank is finally in Ukraine and has some limitations. But much more than being part of Western weapons. This is a heavy-duty, proven armor produced with a very special task in mind: killing Russian tanks. According to two former U.S. Army officers with direct experience in Abrams, it may be the best tank Ukraine has ever received in the war. And it has a proven performance history of defeating Soviet-made armor while protecting its crew of 4. He can do other things. But it was made to kill tanks, said Hudson Institute expert Robert Greenway, who was appointed to Abrams for a while in the army. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy confirmed on Monday arrival of tank, which entered its fourth month and was delivered in time to assist Kiev's counterattack, which made promising progress against Russian defense in south. U.S. officials said delivery to New York Times was worth 2 detachments from Abrams, and rest of 31 tanks that Biden administration promised earlier this year will be provided in coming months. But even this first delivery can start making a difference. M1A1 Abrams was used extensively Gulf War in early 1990s and Iraq's Soviet-era tanks some respects. T-72 used by Russian Army 30 years later, it proved to be a great asset that looks like can be eaten. The U.S. Army now has M1A2. But that doesn't mean M1A1 can't do the job. This is an extremely superior system, said Greenway, a Special Forces officer after dealing with armor for several years. The first of may be old in terms of being in our inventory for a long time, but far superior to anything the Russians have. U.S. Marine Corps M1A1 Abrams tanks. 2. Tank Battalion. 2. The Marine Division fires with 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force during live polygon as part of Arrow 2019 exercise at Pohjankangas Training Area near Niinisalo, Finland. May 13, 2019. U.S. Navy Corps Lance Cpl. Scott Jenkins Ukraine has been waiting for the arrival of this U.S. main battle tank for some time. President Joe Biden first offered to send Abrams in January and said that Kiev should be able to resist Russia's tactics and strategy on the battlefield in the very near term. In March, the White House announced that the U.S. accelerated delivery by sending M1A1s instead of new A2s. Pentagon Press Secretary Brig said it would take more than a year for the latter to reach Ukraine. The promise of delivering American-made Abrams tanks Ukraine came after plans by Britain, Germany and other European partners to provide Challenger and Leopard tanks Ukraine. According to RAND's Deputy Director of Arroyo Center, Gian Gentile, there are mostly minimal but insi